Hello YouTube. Hello Vogter. I saw your video about how us libertarians are another breed of fundy fucktards, which was something I was unaware of until now. Well, I actually am not really aware of it right now because you didn't say much in your video, and you were quite honest about that too, because you began your video by saying that I'm not really going to address libertarian philosophy, it's really going to be more about their morals. And you don't even address their morals either, so your video is really not much, which is surprising if you can fill in 5 minutes. But you do two things did stand out, I noticed, and of course both of them were wrong, but we'll get into that right now. The first one was the Adam Smith myth, that libertarians idolize Adam Smith, which we don't. Some of the nominal libertarians do, but for the most part, and some of the fair weather capitalists, but for the most part, no. Adam Smith was just a terrible economist. I'll try to be as succinct as possible. Adam Smith believed in the labor theory of value, and he inadvertently influenced Marx. He also supported progressive taxation. He had a painstakingly bad methodology, and he wasn't very bright either. And the reason I say that is because he believed in the labor theory of value despite having been influenced by John Law, because Adam Smith also believed in the real bills doctrine, which is another stupid thing he believed in, by the way. It's basically proto-Keynesian economics. You can issue real bills, which is money backed by nothing, and it supposedly would stimulate the economy without causing inflation. And then you would have to pay it back in interest, but still, the idea was that it would stimulate the economy without causing inflation, which was totally wrong. Anyway, Adam Smith was directly influenced by John Law. John Law, who came up with the real bills doctrine, also had his own theory of value. It was called the scarcity theory of value. And John Law believed that, he posited the question, why is it diamonds are worth more than water if water is more imperative for human life? And he came to the conclusion of scarcity, the scarcity theory of value, that because diamonds were scarce, that's why they were worth more. And for the time, it was an innovative theory of value. Of course, it was incomplete. That was the proper theory of value is marginal utility, but it was still innovative for its time. And Adam Smith directly addressed the diamond-water paradox, and he got it wrong. Him actually knowing of this paradox and not being able to solve it because he believed in the labor theory of value shows how stupid he was. I don't know if I said this before, but I don't use the word stupid or idiot or anything in that vicinity very often, only for people who are just lack any critical thinking skills, like Adam Smith, and like you, and like a few other people I know. Spock. Sorry, Spock, it's just true, you know. Anyway, one of your other points was also very ironic, and also very unsubstantiated, and because I've heard your ilk make this argument before, that libertarians deny human evolution, and we deny, what is it you said? Human nature, yes. Evolution really cracked me up, because Charles Darwin was actually influenced by Harriet Martineau, who was a free market economist back in the early 19th century. And his direct influence came from the idea that people compete in the market, and so he thought, well, maybe animals compete to survive. Where you get this idea that we deny human evolution or human nature, I would very much like to know, because if you're a libertarian, chances are you're not a libertarian, but I'm just saying, libertarians, for the most part, have probably heard of the Austrian school, and the method that the epistemology that the Austrian school uses to understand human nature. And libertarians are actually more analytical in understanding human nature, which is why they arrive to the proper conclusion. We have a method called praxeology, which understands how humans work. It's by using deductive logic, and it's also quite concise, concise and succinct, contrary to what you say that we were obscurantists, because we aren't. We use analytical methods to deduce how humans behave. We are a lot more concise in that. You want obscurantism? Read The General Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money. You want obscurantism, or not even obscurantism, just dogmatism. Your entire video is fueled by emotion, fueled by rage. I mean, where do I need to start? The title of your video? You just have absolutely nothing. You are an angry, bitter twat, and you're not incredibly bright, that's obvious. And yeah, you had absolutely no argument in your video. So maybe you could go back to when you said that you're not going to address how libertarianism is philosophically a failure, and address how libertarianism is philosophically a failure, so I can make another video response to you and tell you why you're wrong, because you are. Ciao.